One owns what one keeps silent and is a slave to what one speaks. Fear is a suffering caused by the anticipation of evil. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come out later in uglier ways. When one does not have what one wants, one must want what one has. From error to error, one discovers the whole truth. Only personal experience makes a man wise. Look into the depths of your own soul and learn first to know yourself, then you will understand why this illness has struck you and perhaps from there on avoid becoming ill. What we cannot remember, we will repeat. Anxiety in children is nothing but an expression of the fact that they feel the loss of the person they love. I realized my destiny, to belong to the critical minority in opposition to the unquestionable majority. Maturity is the ability to postpone gratification. The only person you should compare yourself to is you in the past. And the only person better than you should be is who you are now. The clearest proof that there is intelligent life on other planets is that they have not come yet. Generally, men live the present with a certain naivety, that is, without being able to accurately assess its content. He who thinks of failure has already failed before trying. He who thinks of winning is already one step ahead. If we fully understood the reasons behind other people's behavior, everything would make sense. Crystals reveal their hidden structures only when they are broken. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will seem the most beautiful. The madman is a dreamer awake. If you aspire to find yourself, do not look in the mirror, because there you will find only a shadow, a stranger. There is no starting point if you do not know well where to go. In every human being, there are desires that they would not want to communicate to others, and desires they do not want to admit to themselves. Understanding is a smooth board on which nothing is written. If you want to be able to endure life, you must be willing to accept death. From your vulnerabilities will come your strengths. The function of art in society is to build up, to reconstruct us when we are in danger of collapse. And it is that nature does nothing in vain, and among animals, man is the only one who possesses speech. to remember is the best way to forget. One can defend oneself from attacks. Against praise, one is defenseless. Each of us regards everyone as mortal except themselves. The narcissism of small differences is the obsession to differentiate oneself from what is most familiar and similar. I prefer the company of animals more than the company of humans. Certainly, a wild animal is cruel. But to be ruthless is the privilege of civilized humans. Most people really do not want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people fear responsibility. Love is a state of temporary psychosis. There is little that gives children greater pleasure than when an adult allows themselves to descend to their level, giving up their oppressive superiority, and plays with them as equals. We are what we are because we have been what we have been. The good are those who content themselves with dreaming what the wicked do in reality. He who loves becomes humble. Those who love, in a way, renounce a part of their narcissism. There are two ways to be happy in this life. One is to play the fool, and the other is to be it. Modern science has not yet produced a tranquilizing drug as effective as a few kind words. And to think that what I did least in my life was have sex. Where they love they do not desire, and where they desire they do not love. Civilization began the first time an angry person threw a word instead of a rock. A complete absence of sex is the only thing that can be properly considered a sexual deviation. Everything else is just a matter of taste. If you want your wife to listen to you, then talk to another woman. She will be all ears. I have been a fortunate man in life. Nothing was easy for me. The inability to tolerate ambiguity is the root of all neuroses. Every joke, fundamentally, conceals a truth. I can think of no need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. We will all die, but our works will remain.